Rain poured heavily outside a small cafe in Chicago. Inside, Daniel Carter sat with his 8-year-old daughter, Emma. Daniel was a hardworking single father whose wife had died 2 years earlier. He worked long hours just to give Emma a good life, but today he had promised her one afternoon without work. As Emma colored a picture, Daniel smiled and said, "You know, your father is supposed to be taller than that." Emma laughed. "Because Daddy is tall." Their peaceful afternoon suddenly changed when a little girl in a pink raincoat approached their table. She was holding the hand of her younger brother, while their exhausted mother stood behind them. The girl looked at the 2 empty chairs and nervously asked, "Can we sit with you?" Her mother quickly apologized. "I'm sorry. Please don't bother them." But Daniel looked at the children's wet clothes and hungry faces. Without hesitation, he pulled out the chairs. "Of course. Sit down." The little girl smiled. Her name was Mia, and her little brother was Noah. Daniel ordered them hot chocolate and sandwiches. Their mother, Rachel, tried to refuse, saying she couldn't afford it, but Daniel gently replied, "I'm not asking you to pay. I just want the children to eat." As the kids ate, Emma shared her coloring pencils with Mia. Slowly, the table became warm with conversation. Then Mia innocently asked Daniel, "Where's your wife?" Daniel became quiet. "She passed away." Mia lowered her eyes and whispered, "My dad left us." Rachel looked embarrassed. "I'm sorry," she said. Daniel shook his head. "You don't have to apologize." After a moment, Rachel admitted they had been living in a cheap motel, but she could no longer afford another night. Daniel understood the fear in her eyes because he had once known that same fear. Before he could say anything, a wealthy businessman sitting nearby spoke loudly. "Some people really know how to get free food." Everyone turned. The man continued, "First a table, then food, and now I suppose they'll ask for money too." Rachel immediately stood, ready to leave, but Daniel stopped her. "Don't leave because of him." The businessman laughed. "You don't even know these people." Daniel calmly answered, "Neither do you." The man mocked him. "People always have a sad story." Daniel stood and said, "Everyone has a story. You see a mother and 2 hungry children and decide they're taking advantage. You see me with my daughter and assume I'm doing fine. But you don't know how many nights I've worked until I couldn't keep my eyes open. You don't know how close any of us might be to needing help." The cafe became silent. Daniel continued, "Money can disappear. Jobs can disappear. People can disappear. But kindness shouldn't." The cafe owner immediately stepped forward and told the businessman to leave. Then everyone applauded Daniel. Rachel wiped away tears. She asked, "Why did you defend us?" Daniel smiled sadly. "Because someone once defended me." He explained that after his wife died, he had struggled to pay bills and take care of Emma. One day, a stranger had invited him to sit at her table and helped him when he was at his lowest. "I never forgot that," he said. "So when your daughter asked if she could sit with us, I couldn't say no." That evening, Daniel tried to help Rachel find a safe place for the children. The family shelter was full, but Daniel remembered a community program his late wife, Sarah, had volunteered with. After a phone call, they found Rachel and her children a temporary apartment. Rachel cried when she saw it. "I don't know how to repay you." Daniel smiled. "You don't have to. Just take care of your children." Weeks passed. Rachel found a job, and the children started school. Daniel and Emma remained friends with them. Then one day, the cafe owner called Daniel and asked him to come in. When Daniel arrived, he found Rachel, Emma, Mia, and Noah waiting. The owner handed him an envelope. Inside was a letter announcing the creation of the Sarah Carter Family Fund, named after Daniel's late wife. A local businessman had heard about Daniel's kindness and donated money to help struggling families. Daniel couldn't hold back his tears. "Why me?" he asked. Rachel smiled. "Because you showed everyone that kindness can change a life." The fund eventually helped dozens of families. Daniel never became rich, but he became something far more important, a reason for struggling people to believe that someone still cared. Months later, Daniel and Emma returned to the same cafe. 2 empty chairs were beside them. Emma smiled and asked, "Daddy, what if someone asks to sit with us?" Daniel laughed. "What do you think we should say?" Emma answered, "Of course." Just then, another tired mother entered the cafe with her children. Daniel immediately pulled out a chair. "Come sit with us." The woman looked surprised. "Are you sure?" Daniel smiled. "There are always enough chairs." Emma added, "and enough kindness." Daniel looked toward the window, remembering Sarah. He finally understood that although she was gone, her kindness was still alive, in Emma, in him, and in every person they helped. Sometimes you don't need to change the whole world. Sometimes you only need to give someone a place to sit, a warm meal, and a reason to believe tomorrow can be better.